Alright guys, so today we're going to be checking out the Cleer Audio Arc 2 Sport. Now basically this is an open ear style design sport headphone or earbud. It doesn't actually sit in your ear like a pair of earbuds, and it's very comparable to what Bose tried to do with the sport open earbuds that they had a little while back. But I think that Cleer Audio is just trying to take it a step further. They basically threw everything that they could into these, and in even comparing these to the price, the Bose when they came out were $199, where the Cleer comes in at $189. So price is very close, but it is definitely a huge difference when you start comparing the features, when you start comparing the sound. There's just a lot more that Cleer is offering. So to start with, let's go ahead and check out the earbuds and the case themselves. The case is a flat fabric case, but on the back you can see it has the USB-C input for charging. And when you open up the lid, you can see the earbuds. We're going to call them earbuds. I don't really know what to call them. They basically use a flexible hook. They don't go in your ears. They're sitting right above your ears, and they're kind of using, I'm assuming, what is air conduction technology, where it's kind of just having the speakers or the drivers pointing in the direction of your ear canal, but it's allowing you to have your ear canal open. You can still hear your environment. This is a huge plus if you're going to use these outdoors for running, if you're going to use them at the gym, or if you're going to use them in like an office environment where you really need to just be aware and hear the things around you. So this is kind of different from earbuds because it allows you to just use them pretty much through a full day. You don't have to worry that it's going to block out or interfere with like your normal work day or things like that. Now these do use touch controls, and I am happy to say that they give you control over everything. They do give you the play, pause, skipping your tracks forward, going backwards, your volume control. And as far as using them outdoors, they do come in with an IPX5 rating. Now I found this to be interesting because if I have a product that I'm going to release and I'm going to have it kind of geared around being a sport style product, I would really want these to just be waterproof. So I was kind of hoping that they would have an IPX7 rating, so do keep that in mind. But as far as some of the technology, now this is where it starts to separate itself from any of the other products that I've tested like these. It does have Bluetooth 5.3. And it also supports LE audio, which is low energy audio. This allows you to get a lot out of these without consuming a lot of power. But it also has Snapdragon sound, which makes these have aptX lossless. And it also has aptX adaptive, so that's two of some of the best Bluetooth codecs that you can get. So getting lossless audio on a product that isn't even an earbud going into your ear canal, it kind of seems like overkill, but it definitely affects the audio quality, which we'll talk about once we get to that. Now, some other things is it also has multi-point connection, so you can connect to more than one device at a time. And the case also has UV light sterilization. So once you're done using them and you put them back in the case, the UV light is going to try to kill some of the bacteria that's on the earbud. So if you're a clean freak or you just, don't want to necessarily worry about always cleaning your earbuds, it's nice that the case is doing some of that behind the scenes. Just as soon as you put them in, close it, to charge them, it's also cleaning them, which is a huge plus. Now these do work with Cleer's app. This obviously will allow you to keep these updated. It does have some pre-built EQ options, but it also allows you to customize the EQ settings, which I'm a huge fan of. And this pair also has head gesture controls, which you do have to turn this on within the app. So you don't even actually have to touch the earbuds or ear hooks or whatever you want to call them to get them to do what you need them to do. You turn on the head gesture controls, and if you turn your head right and turn it back centered real quick, it'll skip to the next song, or you could turn it left and it'll go back to the previous track. And that is very convenient because you may be riding your bike, or you may be riding something or anything where you can't necessarily like let go to change songs or do what you need them to do. And you can do all of that just with simple head gesture controls. You can even answer phone calls or reject phone calls just by shaking or, nodding your head. So that is a cool feature that these have. Some other features within the app is it also has an anti-wind noise. So if you are trying, to ride a bike or run and you need these to block out some wind noise, you have that feature within the app. There is also an anti-loss feature that the app will just notify you if it thinks that you left your earbuds behind. And another interesting feature, because this is a sport earbud, it also will keep up with steps. Now you can see this within the app. It kind of basically is like a step counter like you have on your watch. It is nice that that's on there. So if you're going to listen to music and you maybe don't want to wear your watch or whatever, maybe you don't have one, the earbuds are actually going to keep up with it itself. Now, as far as anything that comes in the box, this is super simple. This obviously is not a pair that uses ear tips. So the only thing that comes in the box is a USB-C cable. Now, you are going to have to use this cable for charging because the case on these is not a Qi wireless charging case, which I would have liked to have seen, especially because of the price tag that these have. But speaking of the battery life, I was actually impressed here because on a single charge, you can get up to 8 hours on the ear hooks. And with the charging case, you can get around 35 hours total. And if you do happen to pick these up and they are dead, there is a fast charge feature where a 10-minute charge will give you an hour's worth of use. And again, I'm always a huge fan of this because I am one of those that I don't always make sure that my earbuds are charged. And it's nice to know that, you know, a quick 10 minutes, I can get an hour. That's going to be nice if I'm just going to go to the gym or go run or anything like that. Now, as far as the comfort of using these, now this is where there is a huge difference between these and the Bose. I found that the Bose was definitely uncomfortable. It didn't have a lot of give or flexibility. The hooks on these turn, so it's not just stuck in one position. These were very comfortable to use. These were easily a pair that I could just leave on my ears all day, and I didn't feel like they got in the way, and you kind of just forget that they're there. Now, if you're going to use these for taking phone calls, this is another feature I haven't seen, or at least I don't remember testing on any other product. This also has aptX voice, which they're using for phone calls. So that's meaning that it's really focusing in on picking up your voice, and it's doing a really good job also of blocking out a lot of your surroundings. But you guys can be a judge by listening to a test here. So here's the mic test using the Cleer Arc 2. And as you can tell, my voice is picked up very clearly. There is a slight amount of digital noise, but this is what it would sound like if you were to take a call. And so now here's the mic test with the crowd noise being played, which you can hear here. And so this is what it would sound like if you were to take a call in public. So now let's talk about the sound, because this honestly is not where I was expecting to get the value that I got out of these. And this is honestly a good thing because these are using 16.3 millimeter drivers, which are very large for anything that's like an in-ear type of device. And it kind of has to be this way because you want to make sure that you're getting enough volume, which this pair has no issue with, but you're also competing with your surroundings. So if you are going to use these running and maybe you live in a busy city, you still want to be able to get enough volume and enough power that you don't feel like, you know, you're always having to compete with your surroundings. So it is nice that they went with this size driver. It's nice that these get plenty loud, but it also doesn't lack when it comes to sound quality. In fact, this is the best sound that I've heard out of any open ear style design product. And that's even including Apple's AirPods, which is a semi-open kind of device. It sits in your ears, but it's not blocking your ear canal. These, in my opinion, sound way better than Apple's AirPods. It even has plenty of bass impact. In fact, it kind of has a slight vibration, which is kind of nice. It's not like overpowering like some of the bone conduction products, but the fact that it even has any kind of impact to add to the bass that you're able to hear, I felt like was a nice touch. And the clarity on these absolutely blew me away because I felt like the mids were pushed just forward enough that if I was listening to pop and then switched over to metal where it's a lot more chaotic, it easily never felt like the vocalist got left behind or that they got buried in the mix. So I was really happy with the mids, but the treble on these have so much clarity. They are nice and bright. They're nice and clean. Now, out of the box, the EQ settings just kind of had them a little warm sounding to me. So I did go in and adjust the EQ settings a little bit to bump up the treble, kind of bump up the bass a little bit. But I did find once I found the EQ setting that I liked, the sound was just incredible. I did not expect that, again, out of an open ear style design earbud. Now, the soundstage and sound imaging, now this really isn't a huge surprise, is very open sounding, and that's mainly because of the design of these, and it also did an incredible job of being able to tell where different sounds are coming from. So from an audio standpoint, I was super impressed with what these delivered. So as far as like grading these based off of the different genres, if you mainly listen to pop and hip hop, I would give these a 9. Same thing with rock or metal. I felt like it was incredible how these were able to keep up, so I gave them a 9 here. Easy listening because of the details in the vocalists and because of the sharpness and brightness that the treble had, I also gave them a 9 here. But for media, because it has Bluetooth 5.3 and because it does such a good job with dialogue and it allows you to still kind of hear your surroundings, I really enjoyed using them with media, so I gave them a 10 here. And it just made my overall rating on these a 9. And that's extremely impressive. And that's not just because of the design of the product. I would put these up against earbuds, and I kind of found myself using these over normal earbuds, mainly because of the convenience of still being able to hear my surroundings. So my overall opinion is I feel like Cleer Audio knocked it out of the park with these. I do know it's kind of for a niche market, more so for people that's looking for the ability to listen to music but also hear their surroundings, or going out running or cycling or anything like that. I do wish that the ear hooks were just completely waterproof. I think that would fit what these are intended for a little bit better. But the app features that you're getting, the sound that you're getting, the battery life, and just the premium feel of the product overall, I think these are miles better than what the Bose product was. And it actually undercuts it by $10 when it comes to the price. So yeah, this is an easy recommendation for a lot of people. It may not be for everyone. So if you are looking for this type of product, this is one of the best that you can buy. But guys, that's my video on the Cleer Audio Arc 2 Sport. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.